Best thing to try to do is move in excellence off rip.
Exactly.
If you're working with these millionaires, they got millionaire friends. You feel me?
The more you get into the room, the more they see you, the more they're gonna remember you. How many relationships all of us have built by just showing up?
Definitely get in the room. They know, like they'll tell me when they see me, I don't have an event yet, but I know when I need something made or when I need a dress made, I'm coming to you.
Let's get it. What's up, you in the club with my twin? We be vibing, y'all. Hey, what's good?
What's goody?
How y'all doing? What's up, GP?
What is up?
Yeah. So,
how y'all feeling?
How's love?
It's the fact, like we had
Life is good.
Life is good.
How's love?
Good.
Life is good. I love y'all.
Life is good. I love y'all too. Y'all my dogs for real.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It's just
It's so kickling and cackling.
Kickling and cackling is crazy.
Hey, we make up new words on this podcast. So like,
Tickling and cackling.
But let's get into it. What we talking about today?
We got a little lesson or whatever.
A little lesson, something light.
Yeah.
You know, we be real modest. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure.
With what we do as individuals, we're very modest with
Definitely.
what we be having going on.
We do.
Because we be out here.
Yeah, we be outside.
We be outside.
Not outside like that, but we be
Not
outside.
that way, but like other
You
way.
feel me?
Trey be outside like that.
Yeah, Trey be
I'm
outside.
playing.
Why
But
you say
anyways.
so quick? I need to. She said, I'm playing. You would have thought she was how that go.
Anyway, so we be modest. And so we want to talk about some lessons and whatnot.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about how y'all can get some millionaire clients and work with some millionaires. Cause we do it. We really don't be talking about it for real, but we do. And I feel like we've all learned some stuff in our journey and experienced some things, some lessons that we can help y'all. Y'all could overcome them. You know, it don't have to be a roadblock for y'all or a lesson y'all learn. It could just help y'all just go right past that roadblock.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. That way there's no confusion. You know, we all pretty much been doing this for a minute. Like I've been doing it since I was a kid, just being in the creative space.
Yep. Yeah.
And then in high school, that's when I officially like started identifying what I want to be in alignment with. And so,
yeah, I think for me, I've been having millionaire clients since like 2021 for real. Yeah, like 2021. Like of course I had like clients before then, but I mainly did prom dresses. So I was working with majority high schoolers.
For sure.
So yeah, 2021 is really when I like opened that part of my business. I started getting more into that space, but it's cool. I feel like I get paid what I want to get paid working with. And when I say millionaire clients for me, so I have like celebrity clients who are also millionaires, but those aren't the people that I'm talking about in this episode. When I say millionaire clients, I'm referring to entrepreneurs.
Right.
So those are the people who I really enjoy working with because I feel like I could give them a price and they're gonna pay it. They're not like, now if you would maybe like, oh, let me get a discount. But for the most part, I don't run into issues with them like paying my price.
For sure.
And they'll still tag you even if they pay the price. So just things like that.
Yeah. So what's the first tip that you would say, you know, in order to work with a millionaire client and be intentional about when doing so?
So I'll say the first thing, if you want to work with a millionaire client, be good at something. Like don't just have like a little side gig or this hobby that you do and even if that is what you do, okay, cool. But I feel like for us, like we have a skill set that we specialize in, a skill set that we've been working on, that we've mastered. And I feel like if you want to have a skill set, you want to master. If you want to work with a millionaire client, master a skill set, because not only will mastering a skill set help you work with a millionaire client, it'll help it'll build a relationship with them. So when you work with them, it's like, okay, this person's work is good and they're gonna keep coming back to you.
For sure.
So master something and learning a skill set, there's so many resources out here. You got TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads. YouTube. There's people that have courses. There's people that have masterminds, and there's networking events, and there's books, and it's just there's
Endless
blogs,
opportunity.
Chat GPT. It's so many resources out here. But what you have to do is just spend time, at least like 30 minutes a day. This is something I dedicate that I'm doing right now in this season for me learning another skill set.
Right.
And even if it's just 30 minutes a day, learning a new skill set for 30 minutes a day every day. That 30 minutes a day, you being intentional on focusing on growing a skill set can take you so much further than somebody that wants to learn it here and there. And then it'll also help you really dig deep into what you're learning.
Right.
But you have to take intentional time to learn it and then delegate it to people. DM people on Instagram, I do this, do you need help with this? And, pitch it to them.
For the brand. Men stand on what they stand on too. For the brand, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And I like what you said about just pretty much really mastering your skill set. So what was your skill set that you mastered?
So my skill set is editing and that, like, the whole content space, but specifically editing. Since I was younger, I used to just edit videos and just experimenting with different editing apps.
Right.
But for me, it's specifically editing. And what's funny is my very first client was David Shands.
Right.
And
Come on, big dog.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, my very first client was David Shands, and at the time, I knew how to edit on my phone.
Yeah.
But what happened was when I got brought on to David's team, the app I was editing on didn't really meet his expectations.
Right.
So I had to pivot quickly. And so when he was telling me, the quality could be better, I'm like, okay, I can't just edit on my phone. I got to learn something else. So I went straight to Premiere. And I started learning on Premiere like within.
Premiere on your laptop?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was up all night trying to figure it out. And that's what you have to do. Sometimes you're gonna have to like sacrifice sleep to learn it. But it ended up helping me because if I would have just been like, well, this is all I got. Knowing I got a computer, knowing I have,
like, all right, let me find somebody else.
Exactly. So if I would have just said, yeah, well, I don't edit on anything else, then that's a client I would have lost.
Yeah.
So if with the skill set you have, if you're presenting it to somebody and they say, could you tweak it this way, tweak it that way, just learn it. Like that's just, if anything, that's just expanding what you know already.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want to add to that too, just the importance of like being good at whatever that thing is. If these people are paying you thousands of dollars, or if they're, whether you have them on retainer or whatever the case may be, you want to be good at what you do, because I feel like in general in business, your name is everything. But if you want to have a large clientele of like different millionaire clients, different entrepreneurs and things like that, you want to make sure you're doing everything well, doing everything with a spirit of excellence, because once you mess up, like,
Yes.
oh, that's actually something I wanted to touch on too. So I was gonna say something that actually I feel like benefits us though, because of our age.
Yeah.
If we mess up, I do feel like they will be more lenient because they really rock with us.
Yeah.
But this not us telling you go mess up on a bunch of people's stuff.
Because stuff will happen.
Yes.
On the
If
journey.
anything, I will say that being that you're hearing this now, the best thing to try to do is move in excellence off rip.
Exactly. There we go.
Set that standard of, this is whoever your name is, and this is what he does, this is what she does, and they do it at a high level. Because if you're working with these millionaires, they got millionaire friends, you feel me? So you want them to refer you and talk about you and different things like that. So do you want to go into you mind if I go into the next point?
Well, you could do your point, then I'll do mine.
Okay, cool. So the next one would be like connecting with the community. So as Yanni mentioned about like just DMing people and stuff, sometimes it won't always be you can get directly to the person. Thankfully, there's times where, the influencer or the entrepreneur, I'm going to focus on the entrepreneur, not the influencer, but the entrepreneur, the business savvy person, the business minded person, they're looking for people to further contribute in build the impact to their dream. They have multiple things that they're focusing on, and so they need you to fill the gaps within their business based on your expertise and your skill. And so connecting with the community really is a benefit. I also work with David Shands, and so I provide him graphics, and I've done like just a whole different stuff in those categories. So from graphics to event branding and different things of that nature. Sometimes, like, remember when you first started, he had us like both doing the clips like together while you was figuring out Premiere. So like just different things like that. And the more value that you add, the more that they're willing to pay you. And I like what Jada said about having retainer rates. So off rip, rather than working with a bunch of different clients, work with, set a standard of how many people want to work with. You can work with at least a good 6 clients, which is something that we talked about, and go get a development. Like for me, you can work with at least 6 clients and have them pay you from $15,000 to $2,500. And I said 15,000, 1,500. Yes. 1,500 to 2,500. And they can, you can focus on those clients and be as creative as you want. You don't want to get burnt out. And when you connect with the community, you're being intentional with telling them exactly the result that you would be able to get them. That's really all business is like finding how to fix a problem and get to the solution of the problem. And that's what I pretty much learned in business. And when you tap in with the community, you're more than likely to get directly to the person because they're well connected with this person. And the last thing I'll say about just connecting with the community is like, when I first, was reaching out to different clients, Dave was somebody that was on my list as I got to know him more. And it was literally 23 hours before his post went away. And he said, I need a thumbnail designer in order to make my thumbnails. And so it was 23 hours. I figured somebody probably had already found him, but I'm like, I'm going to still go get him. You feel me? I'm going to still go to shoot my shot. And so what I did was I went ahead and looked at his following, and I seen who was following him and who also followed me. And this way, I'm able to get to them in their DMs quicker, and then I can get to them and they can get to the person that I'm trying to connect with. And shout out to the person that did that for me, because I would say that really changed my life for real, because meeting Dave was one of the best things I could have ever did. He's put me in many positions and predicaments where I can grow and elevate, and definitely gave me grace for the times that I've messed up and didn't realize, the opportunity that I have. When you have an opportunity to work with a millionaire, you really have to nurture it, because everybody doesn't get that opportunity. And yeah, that's all I'll say about just building a community right now.
Yeah. This is Growing Topics, where we talk about hot topics in today's society. Trey's gonna give us a story. Let's get it.
Yes. So currently right now we're going through crazy times where people like to post every little thing on social media. And not only do they like to post things on social media, but they like to embarrass people that have no reason to be embarrassed for.
Yes.
So people like to pour stuff on humans and embarrass them and different things of that nature. Homeless people. Homeless people. You feel me? And it's just crazy to me, the fact that you really, like, in your right mind, you have the audacity to even do that. Like, homeless people, they go through their own stuff, and for you to add that on top of what they're going through, it's like, bro, come on. It's not really funny. I don't get a kick out of it.
So I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it's this clip going around on social media, and people are actually talking about it. Lil Reese and his crew.
Yeah, his crew laughing, pouring stuff.
Yeah, they poured water on a homeless man. But then I don't know if y'all seen, he eventually apologized.
That
and he said
apology
that
was fake.
Y'all seen it? Yeah. So he ended up coming out with an apology, and he said that like twice a month he was gonna give money to the homeless. But I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy.
People only apologize because they got caught.
Exactly, because if you were really sorry, you wouldn't have ever did it.
Right.
He posted a video of him walking around handing homeless people money. You still hurt a specific person. So you going around giving money to all these other homeless people, that doesn't change the fact that you embarrassed that man, that you treated that man. Like, you need to go find that person and apologize to them. When you do something wrong to someone, you apologize to that person.
Get that man in the house.
And the homeless man even said it himself, like, come on, it's not, like, that's not cool. Even, like, him himself, I feel as though you should have common sense. He literally almost died on camera and pooped himself.
Lil Reese?
Yeah, he almost died on camera and pooped himself when that happened. And so it's like, if you were to a near-death close experience and it was recorded of you pooping on yourself and, you know, almost dying.
You have that same perspective for somebody
Yeah,
else.
it's kind of like, what in your right mind would make you think that was even funny to post? And as I said, you only apologize because you got caught. If you didn't get caught, you would have, you and your friends would have did it, and it would have been no problem.
Because it's like they're looking at him like he's like an animal or something.
Yeah,
like he's a human being. And you're pouring water on him, and it's like you would almost want to have more grace because he doesn't have a house.
For sure.
Yes,
bring him some food. Ask him, you know, you good? Do you need something? What can I contribute? And even if you don't want to do that, leave him alone. Like, let him be in his own space, figure out his own thing.
It's like literally putting yourself above another human being. But we're all the same. We're all equal. And then even there was a thing with the one guy, T.I.'s son. This one, so there was like mixed opinions on this one. Basically, some people were saying that he tried to pay a homeless man $50 to eat the chip. And some people thought it was crazy, especially since the thing just came out about that one kid dying from eating the chip. Mm-hmm. And so some people were like, you know, that's crazy. Like, why are you doing that to him? Like, and you're basically doing this to him for like a little bit of money. But then some people are like, well, people eat the chip for free. So what's wrong with him paying somebody $50 to do it? But my perspective was just, you're trying to do it for amusement. It's like, I want to see, I want to see you like be not in pain, but you know, all the stuff that you feel when eating a hot chip thing or whatever. Like, I want to see you like sweating and crying or whatever. It's like
that homeless man, like, he don't know the intensity of the chip. Like, so he's probably thinking, you know, it's like a Taki or something. You pay me to eat a Taki, like, I could do that. But no, like, us, we know the intensity of chip because we've seen a person died from it.
Exactly.
And YouTube videos, people are crashing out after eating it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, he doesn't know. As a homeless man, he's thinking, oh, you know, this is money, you know. But I feel like you should know, like, he might not have nothing in his stomach, and you're giving him that hot chip, you know?
Right.
That's who.
Yeah, for sure. And even, like, it's just different because doing things out of amusement for the fun of it from others, it really doesn't make sense to me, especially if it's somebody homeless. Like, when I see homeless people, I have grace for them. I give them respect and, like, you know, just tell them, like, keep doing your thing. Keep them, like, stay in a high level. They already going through their own mental challenges, and for you to add on top of that, like, it's not cool. I don't find that funny at all.
Amusement is crazy.
Yeah.
And you never know who that could be. Like,
you could be in the same
Terica
position.
was homeless. If y'all don't know Terica Lynn Smith, she was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Perry, he was homeless. These are people who are like millionaires now. Is Tyler Perry a billionaire?
Probably.
I'm not sure yet.
I don't know. He up there, but it's like those.
He was down bad.
Exactly. Yeah. So these people who are once homeless are now really successful. You never know who that homeless person might become. So it's like, treat everybody with the same respect just because they're down.
We all live the same 24 hours. We all bleed the same, cry the same, all that. So
we all gonna
we
all gonna be going the same ground.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And God, we're all gonna have to face the same God, and God gonna ask, "Why did you do that?"
Yeah.
Right.
That's my child too.
I'm saying. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anybody that you see, make sure that you give grace to them. You encourage them when you see them. Don't treat them as if they're less than. They're just as capable as you are, and you know, just contribute in a positive way, any way that you can. Don't, you know, tear people down.
And I want to say this real quick. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I never was the type to like do weird stuff to homeless people. But if I saw like a crackhead or something dancing, you know, I would record or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now my mindset has changed. Like, you know, that's not cool. You need to have more grace for people.
I mean, crackheads do be funny. I'm not gonna lie.
They do. So I might laugh, but I won't record.
Yeah.
They
like,
doing something
the thing.
funny.
I used to do like record and like, you know, it's just I come from a different perspective now. I feel like that's growth. But everybody has their pivotal moments. But I'm hopefully that they actually learn from what happened.
Nah, for sure. So yeah, let us know. Let us know what y'all think if you saw the videos, and then we'll get back to the episode. Hey y'all, what's up? I know you're enjoying the episode, but real quick, we wanted to take a second to talk to y'all.
Hey, pull out your phones right now and text the word GP Crew to the number down below. Let's get it.
Go do that right now. You're gonna get updates about new drops, events, and so much more.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let me get back behind the camera. Let's get it.
I do want to say something about nurturing the relationship. It's not a point, but y'all have made me think about it. And then I'll say my point. But I'll say, so for me, One relationship I've done like really well with nurturing is with biz lawyer Rosanna. She looks at me like a daughter almost now.
Yeah.
And so we've gotten so close to where now, I remember she had an event, or it was a party at Neo's house or something. And she was like, oh, I thought to call you. Like, you want to come with me?
Wow.
Like, stuff like that. That way you could come, take pictures of me, but also you could be there in the environment.
Yeah.
And so it's just like when you build those relationships with these people, then like a genuine relationship. A genuine relationship.
Sure.
I feel like that will also open more doors for you. Even if you just think about the fact that we all built a relationship with David, which is what allowed us to even be on this podcast.
Right. And we built it in different ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally.
How did you build yours?
So I built my relationship with David through the morning meetup. So honestly, just by taking advantage of being able to come up here and watch the live studio recordings. And I started getting to know him like around 2020.
Yeah, you were showing up consistently.
Literally.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like to nurture, and I want to touch on it just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, touch.
To nurture the relationship, if once you do start working with a millionaire client, you see they have a birthday. Okay, text them happy birthday. You know they're a mother. Text them happy Mother's Day. If you know,
Go to their kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
We went to David's
exactly.
birthday party.
We went to David's
daughter's
birthday party.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So if you know that there's things coming up that relates to them or that they're gonna be at, if you know that they have a pop-up shop, go to the pop-up shop and just show face. Show that you're supporting them. If you were working with a clothing brand and they have, buy a shirt. When you go around them, wear it. That it shows that you're not just here to take. Like, they're already millionaires. They already have too many people that want advice and tips for this and this and this that's already taken from them. So just be that one person that's adding to them, showing support, showing that you genuinely like them as a person, not just for what they do.
Pouring into their emotional bank account.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's actually, so I met Dave on Instagram.
Yeah.
But the way that I met him in person was he had a content creators boot camp, and I paid for VIP. It was $4,000, but I paid for it, paid for my flight, came here, and he was like, why'd you pay for a ticket and you're on the team?
Yeah.
But I wasn't looking for, just give me a free ticket or let me get in for free. And I do that with everybody. I don't just, I work with you, so now I expect you to do something for me. I expect you to, let me in this event for free and different things like that. But if they do I provide that opportunity and you get to save a little bread. Yeah, I'm not denying it now. But if they do provide that opportunity, then go ahead. But, off rip, that wasn't my expectation for real.
Yep.
Nah, for sure. Y'all make good points. Definitely.
She's like, I want to add, but we got to move on.
Yeah. And so my first point I would say is one way that you can start working with these millionaire clients is by offering something for free to one or two, however many you want to do. But offering your services for free to one person and that experience goes really well. Now you're in that circle and they're going to recommend you to other people. So for me, I offered to do a dress for Donnie for free for her birthday. And she really loved it. And that went on to her recommending me the Skittles.
Yeah.
Then it just spread from there. And so I would say, I know sometimes we hear, and we've talked about it on the episode as far as like doing stuff for free for people who have money. But it honestly just depends on how beneficial it could be for you. Because I feel like wealthy people work off of referrals. And so you could post like all the ads that you want on Instagram. But if they don't know anybody in their circle that's worked with you, then they may be like, I don't know. Like they have to hear about it from somebody else. And so that's something that I think worked really well for me. It's just by offering my services for free one time. And after that, I just became a recommendation to other people.
Now I have a question. When you offer that service, because I haven't done this, but when you offer that service for free, are you saying upfront the next project that we potentially do you happen to, like, are you saying like, you're going to pay?
That's a good point. Because I never even said that to Donnie before.
Yeah. Okay, so have you done it with any other clients where that was said moving forward? Or is it just like...
So I feel like I've only done stuff for free for celebrities. I've gotten paid by celebrities as well. But Donnie was the only, like, I don't want to call her a non-celebrity, but like, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm like-
she because Donnie is still that girl. But as far as like, you know, she's the entrepreneur. Then you have the people that be
Yeah.
like singers and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this entrepreneur space, Donnie is like the only person I think I've done something for free for.
But she gave you referrals to that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But with celebrities, I run into more people who want stuff for free.
It's a tricky game with celebrities.
Exactly.
Celebrities and influencers is a real tricky game.
Definitely, exactly. So it's like half and half with celebrities. Like some pay me full price, some may pay partial price, some just want stuff completely for free.
For sure.
And so it's definitely hard, like with the ones that you do stuff for free, when it comes to celebrities, to get them to start seeing like, oh, I should pay you.
Right.
Because I'm thinking like the people who I have done stuff for free, have they actually
Contributed.
yeah,
In a
ever
way.
ended up paying for stuff? But I have to think about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like I don't see it to be a bad thing if you set the standard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for one of my clients, I did some work for free, but it was a standard that, okay, you know, if your work is good, then I'll pay you, you know?
Yeah.
So
For sure.
I don't see it as a bad thing. And then it's like, if you don't set that standard, then you're going to run into that problem of them
Exactly.
just thinking, oh, I can just go
Yeah,
ask
for
them.
sure.
Or I can just pay them later. Or it's like a low bar set.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
even so now that's reminded me of I've even provided sample designs. So I'll do a design, show you how it looks, and then either you'll pay for that design. I don't recall like ever, you know, just providing something for free, but I have done it in that way where it's like, okay, I'll do the work before receiving the payment, and then, you know, you provide me the payment. But that is a good question, figuring out how to
Well,
identify that.
technically,
That's doing it for free.
no, you have done something for free. I'm not
What?
going to say the name.
Who? Well,
But-
no, don't say who.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say
I was like, oh, wait, hold on.
I'm not going to say their name.
What was it?
Don't throw too many hints. now.
Yeah.
Write it down. What were you gonna? What's your next point?
My
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
technically you did stuff
Yeah.
for free then, but do you feel like it ended up being beneficial? Because didn't you start off doing stuff for free with them?
So I didn't start off doing stuff for free. I got paid, but then over time it was like, oh, we'll pay you. You know?
Oh,
it
okay,
started to
got
just, like,
you. Okay, so it's different
prolong.
then.
So it's
it wasn't
kinda
like you
different.
did stuff for free to get in the door.
Yeah.
It started off being paid.
Yeah,
and
it
then-
started
were
off.
paying.
Yeah, it's just like you just weren't sending the money. You just weren't sending the deposit.
Okay. Okay, got you.
But yeah, so I haven't really like officially like, oh, off rip. And it's tricky with those influencers and, you know, celebrities, because it can be like, all right, you know, if they, especially, you know, just local celebrities where they DM you off rip and they're like, yo, I'll give you a shout out if you do this. It's like, nah, we're not.
Yeah, them
doing
shout outs, bruh.
And the
Y'all
shout out
convinced
has
me
to
with
make
that.
sense though. Like if somebody's so in my lane, if they're a content creator, if your target audience is little kids, it kind of doesn't resonate
I
with my
agree.
business because they don't have the, you know, they have to ask their parents to pay. And unless they're serious about it, their parents isn't looking to invest no money into somebody on the internet. And so, yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. Like you have to be intentional about who you're doing a shout out for. I've done that like once or twice. And then after that, it was kind of like, you know,
You got to be very
Very
marketing
careful.
is like you have to make sure, okay, this person that's gonna shout me out or I'm giving something to free to, because sometimes I give my clothes to free.
Yeah.
I give my clothes for free to influencers and stuff like that sometimes, but you have to make sure, because I've had experiences where they did it and it didn't go well,
Yeah.
or they didn't post it or stuff like that. So really do your research,
Mm-hmm.
because even sometimes them influencers be paying for their likes and views and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. So you have to really
you
look
gotta
thoroughly.
read through the comments. You have to
Yeah.
look at their likes. Are these real people? Or are these
Who is their
pages that look like
audience?
bots?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know, all of that stuff. So yeah, what's the next point that you
So
have?
my next point is don't fan out. It's a difference. I know previously I said show support, and yes, you want to show genuine support, but don't fan it. Like, I'll give an example. Well, I know there's I know in one of the episodes with David and Donnie, Donnie was talking about how she had like a therapist or something like that. And the therapist posted her or something like that.
Remember.
But it's like certain things like that. Like if you start working with a client, don't just, oh my gosh, like, it's like weird. It's like a game, kind of.
It's a
like
thin
a thin
line.
Yeah, it's a very thin line. When you start working with a millionaire client or stuff like that. But
Especially
like just
when they have a big platform.
yeah, exactly.
You don't want to be like, oh my
Or
god.
when you've been
right.
watching them for years, because a lot of the people that I've watched on YouTube and watch in the entertainment field, I now work with them. So, I can like, oh my God, but I never do. The most I'll do is like, yo, I've been watching you since I was a kid.
Genuine
Like,
support.
I really rock with what you do, and you inspire me to, chase my dreams. That's the most I've done, but not like fanning out. I feel as though fanning out, and that's the game that was played with that person, because it was a thin line of like, all right, I really do, I support you, but at the same time, like we're working together now. It's not just I'm a fan. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
and it especially plays like if you are a therapist or you're there. I don't know. It's certain things that you just don't post about a client.
Yeah.
Because that's their business. Even if you were to like, if you were a videographer and you're in their space and just you're telling their business and stuff like that. It's like specific things like that you just don't really do.
maybe a way of fanning out. Maybe a way of fanning out would be, as you said, because you sparked a thought when you said like a photographer or a videographer, not posting their stuff before they get a chance to post it. You
like,
feel me?
exactly,
That's a way
yeah.
of fanning out, because like
Too excited.
you too excited. If you get in behind the scenes of something, like for me, editing a YouTube video and showing like clips of the video, or if you're a photographer, showing pictures that they didn't even approve of, going up and being shown to the public, like allow them to post what they want first from your services, and then you can go ahead and reshare if they have no problem with it, for the most part.
Right. And y'all will even notice when you start working with some millionaire clients, like they'll give you an NDA or something like that,
Yeah.
just saying like, you can't really tell my business, or there's like certain things that you can't do with them, and just make sure you follow that, because
Yeah, you don't want to get no sued out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one for me would be use word of mouth. So for the last 2 or 3 years, I have because I started my graphic design business in 2020. I was originally a content creator on YouTube, took a break from that, and now I'm getting back on track with that, creating content for YouTube and different things of that nature. But for those 2 to 3 years, my business was literally running from word of mouth. I didn't have to do much marketing, because I started working with people like Queen Naja, Clarence NYC, Deshae Frost, and like just all of these people became a unit in like knowing my name and knowing my business name, and just showing genuine support as well. Just off the simple fact of the skill set. When you master the skill set, doors will open for you without you even having to do anything. Like your names will be in rooms that you aren't even in. And so, yeah, word of mouth has really ran my business for the last couple of years, because it'll be, if millionaires have millionaire friends, and I'm going to keep emphasizing that, because if you're working with a millionaire, 9 times out of 10, you can work with more millionaires, because they have that circle. They have those people around them. They're not just around anybody. You feel me? And so you have to use the word of mouth to good use. And like Jada said about just keeping your image clean, making sure that, if you make a mistake, own up to it. Don't, lie about it, or try to twist this.
it.
Yeah, like try to cover it up and different things like that. If there's something this is one thing that Corey taught me from Support Black Colleges, is like, if you're running a business and you're on Instagram and different things of that nature, and you're getting comments of like, hey, I didn't receive my stuff, or, different things of, I didn't receive my order, different things of that nature, you have to respond to them, or like, fix that in the comments, because people are watching that on your page. Are you responding to people? Are you letting it be known? Are you going back to people and making sure that they receive their stuff, or making sure that they receive a refund? One thing that Dave has really taught me is like, even if you provided the service and they have gotten what you provided, but they don't feel as though the experience is well, I've seen him like give people a refund even after even after he's provided everything for them. And even in my case, like if somebody wasn't happy with their experience, but you know, I'm halfway done with the project or something, or they want a refund, I'll give them a percentage, and I'll let that be known in the beginning, that if it's something on my end, then, you know, we can go ahead and give you a refund. I'm never going to hold on to your money because I don't want you to go and say like, oh, he didn't give me my money, he's a scammer, different things of that nature. And so, yeah, like you have to make sure that you keep your image well maintained, and if you do make mistakes, just really own up to it for real.
I think that reminds me of just having integrity.
Yeah,
like,
integrity.
If you're working with clients, you want to have integrity. Own up to, like you said, what you do, because that builds trust. Like, if you make a mistake with a client, like, they're gonna trust you so much more if you just said, "I'm sorry, like, I really dropped the ball," rather you just say, "Well, you know," try to make excuses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
sure.
and even like what y'all made me think of is coming with a solution. There have been times where, say, like a fabric doesn't work, like it doesn't work how I was expecting it to work. So I'm like, dang, I have to come up with a new way to change this design or something. Like before I even go to the client with the problem, like, oh, this fabric doesn't work for the dress anymore, I'm already thinking, okay, what's the solutions? What else am I about to present to them? Because I feel like typically when my clients are coming to me, it's for some type of event or something big that they're planning. That's why they came for a dress. And so if they already have this big thing that they're planning, they already have a bunch of stuff going on, you don't want to just add a problem to like whatever stress they may already have. So definitely like come in with a solution.
For sure.
But for my last point, I think I really got two things I kind of want to say. Actually, well, no, one, because the other one kind of goes into what we just said, which I feel like kind of aligns with like customer service. Like having good customer service is super important. But my last point, as far as like being able to start working with these millionaire clients, is definitely get in the room. And I'm not talking about it always has to be the really private rooms that are hard to get into, but I've built I don't know if you can say a good relationship. Okay, so there are like a list of women who I know that every time I go to an event, I'm going to go and talk to them because I'm trying to build relationship with them. And now it's like they know, like they'll tell me when they see me, I don't have an event yet, but I know when I need something made or when I need a dress made, I'm coming to you, because I make sure every time I go to a networking event, every time I go to a conference, I'm just saying, hey, how you been? Like quick little conversation. And so I would say doing stuff like that is important, even if you're not right off the bat just saying, hey, can I do this for you? I have these services, da-da-da-da. Build that rapport. So every time you see them, just go up, have a conversation. You don't have to be the one asking them for something.
Right.
But like now I have these, I have a list of women who, like I said, I haven't worked with yet, but they know my face. So it's like they know my name, they know me. So when I see them, it's like, oh, hey, what's up? How you been? Da, 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 da. And eventually those will be clients.
Yeah,
Bruh,
it's building
that
a
is
positive rapport.
so true. Did you have some?
No, I said it was building a positive rapport.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that also goes into like showing genuine support and building that relationship with them. Because, and then to add on to getting into the room, the more you get into the room, the more they see you, the more they're going to remember you.
Yes.
Please, y'all, you have to get into the room. Y'all don't know how many relationships all of us have built by just showing up. Because people are going to, trust me, there's a lot of people there, but if every time you go, you're going to these people that you want to have a relationship with and you're saying what's up, you're shaking their hand, you're giving them a hug, ask them, if they're good, the more that they're going to say, I remember you from, they may not know your name, but they're going to say, I remember you from somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember, what do you do again? They're going to remember you. It's going to be ingrained because, quick story, I used to see Nick and Marlon, the owner of World and Vision, which is a clothing brand. I used to see them at a lot of networking events. Every time I would go, I would just go up to them, like speak, you know what I'm saying? And so it got to the point where I was at Corey's event he had in North Carolina, and I saw them and I went up to them and we were just chopping it up for a bit. And then they asked me to be on their podcast. Yeah. And so I got that opportunity from building a relationship, showing face, and you know what I'm saying, actually being intentional with talking to them. Right. So y'all will get opportunities and stuff by showing up and speaking to these people that you want to work with.
For sure. And they start to become like more and more friendly the more that they see you.
Definitely.
And yeah, I really do want to touch on like customer service a little bit, because that's an experience that I've had to like learn over time, is really just improving customer experience and services, and, you know, not straying away from the client, not leaving them in the dust of, you know, the process and the progress of their order or the status of the service that you're providing them, because a lot of times really they just want to know what's going on with their stuff. So even if you feel overwhelmed, or you feel as though like, dang, like I'm not staying committed to my word, I'm not keeping my integrity, let them know that you need more time. Let them know that, you know, something went on in the process, and come with a solution in the meantime. So if you have, this is a prime example, Poppy Q Quan, in his video where he was saying that he needed another thumbnail designer, somebody that's reliable. He was saying that there was a power outage with the person. And so for me, in my mind, I was thinking like, I could have just went in the car, turned on my hotspot or something, or went to like a local Starbucks and different things. So find a solution in the problem that is occurring, so that way you can, you know, pivot quickly and provide them a solution where they're not stressing on top of what they already have to focus on.
And that builds trust, because it's like, he don't just give up when stuff happens. He's going to make a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
And then they're going to want to keep going back to you.
I done drove to a whole other state just for one of my clients, just to make sure they was good.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, customer service is everything,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So yeah,
that's pretty much it.
that's our
with business.
6 points, y'all.
Yeah, those are. We hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all comment below y'all favorite point.
Yeah,
comment below what you're gonna use that's really useful for you and right now in business.
Hey y'all, so we have come to the end of the episode, but before we wrap it up, we want to get into our last segment, Make It Make Sense, where we give advice to young adults going through life. And Trey has a question for us.
Let's go. And the question is, how do you all keep faith in the waiting season? I'm finding it super hard. That's the question.
That's good, because I'm also in this waiting season. Are y'all?
Yeah, I definitely am in the waiting season right now.
Me too.
Currently.
I think for me, it's having faith, but staying focused on, for me, I'll say God, honestly. For me, I know that everything's not in my hands, and that if me leaning on faith is making me trust God more, which means I'm expanding my faith in God more. And I've learned that when I'm in my waiting seasons, later on, I'll realize that's where I'm most grateful, because if I was to be impatient and make it work on my terms or force things to work, then I would have ruined everything. And I know that when God is making you wait, it's because he has something really good for you. Sure. And later on, now I'm realizing, like, in that waiting season, God is either preparing me for whatever I'm waiting for, or he's preparing the thing I'm waiting for me.
Yes.
For sure. And I'm definitely in the waiting season right now. So very prime example in my life is I'm currently living with my family. And so I've been in a period where I'm like, really on myself, like, yo, I'm trying to get out of here. And it's not that I don't want to be around my family or anything of that nature. It's just I always desire more for myself, a full and abundant life. And so I desire to have my own place, have my own things. And currently it's been a very daunting fact on me, a daunting impact on me. And I have been wanting to move, but I know that God is like really showing me like, all right, just wait. You feel me? Just wait, because what I'm preparing you for is going to be greater than anything that you can imagine. And not being entitled to the things that I want, but being entitled to like God's grace, his love, all of that stuff, and having me wait in the season that I'm in. Because if I can't nurture and take care of the season that I'm in, if I can't nurture cleaning up around the house, in the house that I'm in right now, if I can't nurture cleaning up in that room that I'm in right now, then I can't maintain the thing that God provides me. And so that's really the season that I'm in, is working on moving out and really finding my own place, my own lane, and having my own things, and being patient during that time, because I know what's being prepared for me is greater.
Yeah, I would say for me, how I keep faith during the waiting seasons, basically pulling from my wins, so my past wins, but also pulling from the wins of the people in my life. So I feel like I have always had a lot of favor over my life. Even before I got to know God, he always had his hand on my life. So there have always been just things like blessings that came through. at one point in my life, like early in college, when I was like paying for school on my own and I didn't have money, I remember like getting random deposits of like just a couple $1,000s or whatever, like stuff like that. Or just being in need of something and it just always coming through when I least expect it. Even earlier this year, I had told God, I was like, God, you told me that I need to do this project. I need like $3,000 to start. Within a couple of days or maybe a week or so, I was blessed with like $3,000. So I have to pull from my wins, but also people like around me. So with my with one of my friends, basically, I remember his mom. She told me how one day they needed to get a car. She said they were praying about how they needed a car so bad. And she got the whole family together and said, nobody is going to speak against, like, negatively against us getting this car. And so she was like, literally, somebody brought them a check just randomly. It was like, it was on my heart to give y'all this. Wow. Someone brought them a check for them to go and get a car within, like, a few days of them, like, the mom saying that. Or one time, like, the dad, he got cancer. They said, oh, we're not going to tell nobody that he got cancer. This is staying in our family, and we're going to pray over it, and we're going to speak life into, like, we're not even going to speak life into this sickness. We're going to speak life that it's gone, it's done, he's healed. Literally within a few months of chemo, healed. Wow. And so having that, like, I have to pull from the faith of other people and also pull from my own past wins. That's how I keep faith, knowing that, okay, this happened for them. This happened for other people. Like, I know this person's testimony and this person's faith wins and things like that. So if it could happen for them, it could definitely happen for me. Yeah. And also thinking, if God did it for me before, if God has literally blessed me with opportunities and all these amazing things before, why wouldn't he keep doing it again?
For sure. Exactly. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say real quick, y'all reminded me of an example from my past. I remember I had moved out of my original home I was like grew up in. I moved to my aunt's house, and then my aunt ended up kicking me out, and I had to move back to the house. But the house I was living in, it was like starting to be kind of run down because it's a really old house. And so like the toilet, like I would have to turn the water on to use it, and like the roof of the back was like falling off, and I just really didn't like living there because the aesthetics was just, it made me feel uncomfortable, you know. And so when I moved back to the house, like the room was just all beat up because everything was all moved out, you know. And so when I ended up moving back into that room, I was feeling so discouraged because I really thought that I was like, getting somewhere, moving to my aunt's house. And I said, no, like I'm believing that God is going to give me a house in Atlanta. I said, God is going, I don't know where it's going to be, what's going to happen, but it's going to be in Atlanta. And I remember I sowed a seed into somebody, and I said, Lord, I don't have enough to buy a whole house for in Atlanta, but this is a seed, and I'm praying that you plant this in a house that I can eventually live in Atlanta. And now I'm here in Atlanta.
Let's go. Yeah, for sure. And that reminded me of this quote of, it says, I'm not going to act like I'm graceful every minute of the hour, but I'm absolutely grateful even when I'm confused. I'll find the thing that I should be thankful for. And that's really something that I always do. Pulling from wins, as Jada mentioned, is just really pulling from what have I been brought through up until this point? What challenges have I faced where I thought I couldn't see the end of the road, but I have got through that? And so this goes back to what I said on a previous episode. Like, your good days can outweigh your bad days. And if you put them on a scale, more than likely you've had some good days. And even if you had some bad days, you have a data and spreadsheet of that you made it through that day. You feel me? So you have to continue to strive for better and continue to, surround yourself around people and just be positive. Think positively.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this was good. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure y'all comment your favorite part out of this whole episode you watched. Subscribe. Make sure y'all tune into our Growing Painz YouTube channel where we post challenges and vlogs, and you really just get to see the full personality of us and even our guests that we bring on. So go tune in there. And if y'all want to ask us a question for this topic, for this segment that we're doing, DM us on Growing Painz Pod on Instagram, and we'll answer it anonymously. And y'all got anything y'all want to say?
No, we out.
Yeah,
we
we
appreciate
out.
y'all.
Bye,
Let's get it.